congratulate our guys for gutting it out against a very defensive-minded team in Clemson. The two areas that they played well at, they got to the free throw lines, they made them. 25 out of 29. They are a good free throw shooting team. Defensively, they want to slow the game down, and they attack the glass on us. And so those areas that they did well in, we didn't do as well. We got to the free throw lines, and we didn't convert, and so gave them some offensive rebounds, leading to where we had a pretty comfortable lead. And but the game's not over until it's over. But let's give them credit. Coach Brad, he thought this was one of his better teams, and it showed with the guys. They didn't panic. But it was a good win for us against a good team with so many variables going on, with the weather. Our fans came in. I want to commend them, the ones that did make it. We appreciate them coming out, and they got a chance to see a good ball game. Two teams that was a defensive battle. That's what it was, and we had enough in the tank to have enough cushion to finish it up.
Clemson often controlled the tempo.
We had some spurts where we played well. I thought, right before half, we spurted out to an 8-point lead. We went up in the second half. We came out with good energy. We got it up to double figures and kept it there for the most part to about 6 minutes in the game. And then we just went on a period there where we couldn't score, a drought where we couldn't score. And then I thought that really gave them opportunity to really attack the glass on us. And then, of course, they made shots. KJ just seemed like McDaniel seemed like he was everywhere. He's so quick, jumping, so athletic. And then the big guys started really pushing our guys up underneath. But I was proud of guys like Moses. One of those, when he was out there, I thought it was a big difference in the rebounding. Their offense was to throw it up there and go get it. But we had some guys to step up and play well. Kai continues to play well for us. He made shots. They did a good job of covering, let's say, Antlon or wherever Kiko, any of those guys were. They were covering those guys pretty good. They put bodies on Bobby, so somebody had to make some shots, and Kai was the guy to step up and made some shots for us.
Mike, I think it was Harrison stole off from Kai, and whether he was going to hit a drive and make it a three-point game. Like Vincent Lance comes in and blocks the shot. The Clemson coach said that make was the play of the game. What was your angle on that? What did you think of that?
That was a big play. I thought it was one of those ones where, Kai, it was a 5-point game at that time, and he's on his way to a layup. And we always tell our guys, never, ever give up on the play. And so I guess Landers was trying to make amends for, I don't know if he had missed free throws already, but he was making amends for missing those free throws. So it was a play. And, players got to make plays going down the stretch. But obviously it was a big play.
And he was 0-5 from the line. Clemson kind of, ran up the foul, and then when you really needed the free throws, he knocked them down. What would that say about a guy having a rough day from the line, but then when you got to have him, you get some?
Well, I think he has short memory. I mean, he wants to step up and make plays, and he can only learn from that. He's going to be a guy that's going to get fouled a lot, and especially when you talk about games of this nature. We're going to put the ball in his hands, and he's going to try to make some plays, whether it be for him or somebody else. So it makes sense for him to knock free throws down. So we're glad he made those, but hopefully, he can make multiple free throws.
You got something out of Ricky Scott.
Yeah, Ricky will play more and more. I just think now he's probably in a better place in terms of what he brings to our basketball team. He's a tough matchup, especially when you get the floor spreaded and attacking and get to the basket. He didn't play as much in the second half, but he did a lot of good things in the first half. He's been shooting the ball pretty good, so we're going to lean on that experience. I think now he's figuring it out in terms of what he brings to the table to our basketball team. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. It's just, played the guys that were playing well, and it's hard to play everybody. It's just.
Has he not been having very good practices?
They've been having okay practice. You had some guys that were playing well. Kai's playing well. Ricky played well today.
Qualls and Madden both shot well. Threes, there were 6 out of 7 between them. Have those guys taken more threes in the last year, in practice, to improve their shooting?
Well, that, and I think they're a little bit more comfortable, a little older, a little more mature, know when to take shots. And I always say if you look at the counter shots, it's because of the great ball movement. Today, 16 assists on 22 field goals. That tells me our guys are sharing the rock. And so you make shots sometimes because of, where the ball's coming from, as opposed to just coming down and shooting it. So I think that's, to me, is a lot different with our team. They're sharing the basketball. So, and those guys are playing with a lot of confidence. But they put time in. And so it's good to see them go out and have some success. Because teams they're gonna pack it in their own Bobby. They're gonna pack it in their own Landis. And so those guys have such unselfish nature that they will skip it to them, and guys just got to knock shots down.
I think at one point you guys were like 10 out of 15 on threes and 5 out of 20 on twos. Just talk about that three. You hit a bunch of threes at the end of the half, and then Kai hit a couple of start halves that gave you guys like a 16-point lead. Talk about the way you guys were knocking out threes.
Well, it's what they were giving us. Some of them were in transition, but some of them, Landis hits one going right at halftime, which was a big momentum, I thought, that put us up 8. But a lot of them some of them were in transition. And that's what they were giving us. The Clemson defense, they pack it in there, and they want to make you shoot jump shots. And so fortunately we were making some today. But you also, I think, got to get to the basket and get to the free throw line. We got to the free throw line. We got that 31 times. And so we got to capitalize on that. And if we do that, then the game is, I think we still have a bigger cushion at the end of the game.
How much is Michael's three-point shooting and his ability to drive and use the left hand really help the person come this game?
I think he's becoming a complete player. I mean, he's going to be a tough matchup. And the great thing I like about it, he's now understanding when to pick it, when to, and when not to. And he's sharing the basketball as well. Again, he's just evolving as a player. And with his explosiveness from an athletic standpoint, it's good to see that it ain't all just got to be highlights. He's turned into a good basketball player and plays with a lot of confidence. And I think that's the making of a good basketball player.
I think they got some runouts in the stretch in the first half that really kind of spurred them ahead, and I think you got a timeout. What did you want to see after that?
Well, I want to see energy. I thought our guy was a little flat. I thought we were selling for three-point shots, and then it's feast or famine. We either make them, we don't make them. We had guys not getting back. So that, to me, that's energy. And so we had to put some guys out there who are going to embody defensive mindset, energy, playing with a little bit more toughness, a little more heart. Because I thought our guys were just kind of, as I told these guys, Clemson's a very good basketball team. Sometimes guys don't believe that. But I thought they saw in the first half that Clemson was going to come after them, and they did.
I guess they ended up at plus 15 rebounding, but a lot of that was they were missing 3 and 4 shots. Some of that. But what do you think your guys were rebounding?
We got to get better. I think we got to cut. We had balls in our hands. We actually had some. At halftime, they had a nice cushion. And I told our guys, just think if we get those rebounds, because they're sending like 4 guys to the glass. So if we get that initial rebound, it should be Dunk City at the other end. And but they start pushing and shoving and all that. But I thought when Moses was out there, it was a little different. I thought Moses gives us that physicalness that you got to have. But we got to get other guys to rebound. Our guards have got to rebound. Our big guys are making it difficult for guys to shoot. They shot 30-some%. And so our lesson learned would be, hey, when it gets physical like that, we got to combat it. And how you do that, you got to bow up and get those rebounds. And then now, let's really make them get back on defense. And I think that'll be our advantage. We got the guys to do it. Clemson's a very athletic team. They're long and they're athletic, super athletic.
But Bobby had kind of a quiet first half, but then he came on the second half. What does that say about the guy? That a lot of freshmen, they have a bad first half, and then just have a lousy game. He didn't let that first half get.
He's learning. I think he's learning as he goes out and performs. He knows what kind of level he can play at. So that's a freshman for you. So, but I'm glad to see that he recognizes it. Sometimes, coaches shouldn't have to pick it up. Have to tell you every time what's taking place. You can figure out some things. But I did tell him he only had 1 rebound at halftime. And I thought that kind of energized him to do more things other than just trying to score and rebound the basketball. He's pretty active.
Any more questions?
How about Kai? He's had a pretty nice stretch of games here. Is this about the best he's playing in a stretch of games?
It's coming. It's been coming. Early in the year he had his issues, but now he's getting a chance to go play basketball. And so I think it's becoming more instinctively to him. Now you don't have to worry and think. You just go out and play. And because Kai is a tough matchup. I say that because Kai's about 6'5", 6'6". he can rebound the basketball. He can pass the basketball. He can also set people up. And we saw tonight, he's capable of knocking some shots down. He can go off the dribble. You just got to continue to work and try to get stronger. Try to put a couple of pounds on him as we go out. Keep putting little pounds on him. But he's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and that's great for our basketball team.
What was it like to officially break ground today?
Yeah, it was like, something that, Jeff and I sit and talked about even as, I was made a decision to come here. So it's good to see that it's happening. So to actually see it done, it's a good thing. 20 years ago, this building here was, we started playing it. So now we've added a practice facility. So it completes us from a facility standpoint of having some of the best facilities in the country.